Let's sack that off. Good evening, George, and welcome to Talking Leeds.
Hello, Alan. I'm sorry, mate. My stream is absolutely lagging.
First of all, let's do some introductions, George. Good
back in
evening.
Good evening, Aaron. How are you, mate? I'm sorry, it's a late one and I'm late on. And oh no, I have been talking to a Cardiff City fan. So yes, I don't know. Yes, it went on, but it was good to speak to a Cardiff man, a Cardiff fan, and get his thoughts on the game next week. But how are you, Aaron? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. We've been off for a few weeks. Obviously, we've had the international break, and after the dismal performance against Burnley, I couldn't even dare to do a match reaction. So I thought, do you know what? We just need time just to chill out, relax, and regroup, and before we go again. But I've missed you, George, over the last couple of weeks. I must admit it. But our podcast continues to grow. We're now big in Australia. So there you go. I was looking at the data today. It's quite good. There you go.
Good. Well, yes. I have likewise, Aaron, miss yourself and talking Leeds, and also we didn't want to talk Leeds after the Burnley game. Such a poor result, and really, really disappointed. I was happy to miss the game, Aaron. I was happy that I missed it in the end. You were there. Were you in Blackpool, Aaron? I saw you being there.
Yeah, I did. So I went to the game on Saturday, and then I thought, do you know what? I'm going to take my little lad to go see some more donkeys. So
yeah,
11 on the pitch, and then a load of donkeys in Blackpool.
Well, it was a good idea, wasn't it? Go see the donkeys on the pitch. Did he have a good time? Did he ride any donkeys by any chance?
No.
He's a bit too young, isn't he, for that? But,
a little bit too young, yeah. But he enjoyed the lights. We went to go see the lights, the illuminations and things like that. And it was all good. But yeah, good. George, I've labelled this one, this episode 6 of our podcast, Talking Leeds. Time to go, Daniel Farke. Because I know you're very vocal on this, George. You want to see Mr. Farke go, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and I can't lie about it. And I think listening to and hearing a lot of Leeds fans over the time in between then and now, a lot of people want the same. A lot of people are getting disappointed, frustrated with Mr. Farke, and I am one of them. Look. I think we're 5 games in. We're not where we want to be. We're not even in double figures yet, points wise. 5 games in, I would expect at least maybe 10, 11, 12 more points, maybe. So yeah, I'm disappointed with how it's gone. The Burnley game was had to be the nail in the coffin for me. I don't think he's going to go anytime soon. So I've just got to grin and bear it, mate. I've just got to grin and bear it and hope that the results turn round.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, George. I think that the Burnley game on Saturday, now I'm ready to talk about it. It was not that bad. I don't know why people are panicking about this. I'm going to be honest with you. We absolutely dominated against Burnley. We really did. We created chances. We looked sharp. It just didn't click for whatever reason. And I think, if Mateo Joseph scores within the first minute, it's a completely different game. It really, really is. I don't think the manager is at fault for that defeat, George. I really don't. He, ultimately, I think it was the international break hurt us again. What did he have? 8 or 9 players available to train over the international break? I think that hasn't helped. And you've also got Mateo Joseph, who's a young kid. He's stepping into that number 9 role. There's a big weight on that shoulders as he's talented enough, of course he is. But it's a huge ask for a young player to step into those shoes for me. I don't think it was Farke's fault. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. Aaron, he puts the players out, but he doesn't play the game himself. I think your point is quite valid about Mateo. I think a lot of fans are excited, and rightly so. He's done a good job.
Hey, George, just as well, bearing on mind, if that were Patrick Bamford, my God, we'd have the pitchforks out. And
they would. I mean, that miss, like you said, like you pointed out, and before that, if he scores that goal within
It was bad.
And scoring goal within 90 seconds, of the start of the game would have been a completely different game, would have set us on the right note, would have got the crowd up, and we'd have probably won that game. So it was a heavy miss. I think he was too casual. I think he expected to score, and he got it horribly wrong. And yeah, I think he was too casual with that chance. And I think also it was probably in his mind like, oh, I've missed. We'll get another chance, And they obviously didn't. I don't think he did. Of any note.
But George, the creative chances. I'm not being funny. We've all seen the stats, and the stats don't lie. We created chances, and I'll tell you what the issue is, George. I know what the issue is with Leeds United so far. It is the fact is this: we defensively we looked okay. It was a mistake which led to the Burnley goal. It's not the final third which is the issue. It's the final fifth which is the issue. It's that little bit of quality which you need. And this is why I've said this time and time again. You need that little bit of championship old bastard mentality who's going to get you out of the shit. Somebody like, I don't know, a Billy Sharp back in the day will come on and bury the ball in the back of the net. That's what we don't have. The bench for me was extremely weak. Even though you can say that we had a better end of the transfer window, we don't have that old dog bastard who's going to get us out of the shit, basically, and that's what we're missing here at Leeds, George. If I'm being honest, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean by that?
I do know what you mean, and I understand what you mean. We need a championship goal scorer. Your heart back to Billy Sharp. I know what you mean. We need something like that.
Just an old dog who's been round the block who can do it. That's it. That's what we've missed.
Stick it in the net. But we're not forgetting that we do have Joel Perreault sat there primarily on the bench.
Let's be honest. Joel Perreault for me is a waste of money. I don't know why people keep banging on about him. I've seen him plenty of times now. My mind is completely set. He is useless. He's worse than Bamford. He's worse than Bamford. I'm telling you now.
He's one of the best.
He is.
One of the best.
He's worse than Bamford. I'm telling you now.
One of the best finishers in the league, and we've got sitting on the bench. For me, you're playing him in the wrong place, as a lot of people would say. I want to see him as a front two. I would like to see him and Mateo Joseph line up together. Is it too much to ask, Daniel? Clearly it is. Maybe we should ask him in German and he might respond. I don't know.
No, listen, I'm going to be honest, George. I've seen Perreault plenty of times now, and my mind's quite made up on him. I don't think he's as good as what we think. Swansea City were absolutely laughing all the way to the bank when we paid whatever it was, 10, 15 million quid, or what the hell we paid for him. It was too much. He's just as bad as Patrick Bamford. I'd rather have Patrick Bamford.
No, you wouldn't. No,
honest to God, I would. I genuinely, I'm not doing this for clickbait. I'm not doing this. I'm giving you an honest answer here, George. He's not good enough. If he was good enough, he'd be starting now, up front.
Yeah, but he doesn't want him to. Daniel Farke is playing him in completely the wrong position. That's why he's not getting the goals. And he does get the goals. He got one against Hull. Look how well he finished it off. It was Hull, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Look how well he finished that ball into the net. And we need to see it more. He needs more game time. That's what I think. You want to play Mateo? I love Mateo because I've been banging the drum for him for ages. I'm glad he's got the first team opportunity that he's getting, but we do need to see a little bit more. He needs a little bit of help. He's a 21-year-old lad.
But that's the issue, George. We haven't got the quality there. Yes, he's a talented kid. There's no doubt about it. He really is talented, and it will take time for him. But for me, Mateo Joseph is it's that experience what gets you goals at this level. Experienced old dogs who've been around the block and done it will get you goals. That's what we're missing in this team. And I think you're asking a hell of a lot from a youngster who's had to come through the ranks. He's had to wait his time. I think, it's just a big ask. And we all know how much how heavy the Leeds United shirt is. It's the heaviest shirt in the Championship, if not in England. It really, really is. And I just think that's where we're lacking. But in regards to the performance, George, against Burnley, I can't fault it. But yes, we didn't get the result. I understand that. And a lot of fans are angry about it. But there's no need to panic. No need to panic whatsoever. Because we will come up against teams like Cardiff City at the weekend who are absolutely dog shit. And we will absolutely blow them away. It'll be 4-0.
Yeah,
4-5-0.
look, I've just come, like I said, I've just come off speaking to a Cardiff fan, and he was hoping that the having a massive, and rightly so, a massive tribute for Sol Bamba, and he's hoping that emotion of everything, the full house at the Cardiff City Stadium, will push Cardiff on to a win. Look, I'm going to say it now, Aaron. I don't see any way Cardiff win this game. Any way. I think Leeds will. I'm with you. I think I said it on there. We'll blow them away. If we score an early goal, that's it. And to be fair, like, it was great to speak to sign everything, and it was great to speak to him. But he said to me as well, he hates Leeds. So I said, I took great pleasure. And he said, don't pull any punches. I said, I won't, because I do believe that we will absolutely slaughter them. And that'll be what will happen.
And that's what will hopefully allow us to kick on. But I know a lot of people as well, are kicking off, George, about the league position. And I know you mentioned it, Liz, are currently 9th as things stand. 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat, returns 8 points. George, what are we? We're 5 points off top place here. It's not be all and end all here. The league wasn't won in September, was it?
It's 5 games in, Aaron. We've got to remember that. But I think, and maybe I'm getting carried away with the cause of Farke out. But I wanted that from last season when we didn't get up, to be fair. So I have history in that. But you
do.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. We're 5 games in. It's a 41-game season now. We've got plenty of time. Cardiff is a good game. He said himself that it was a good time to play Cardiff. Cardiff have only scored 1 goal out of 5 games. They haven't won a game yet. The rock bottom with 1 point. If we can't go there and win and put down a statement and say, hey, to the fans, we're sorry about losing the game against Burnley, then you have to start asking questions of Farke. There are injuries, Aaron, as well, aren't there? So
yeah, I'm going to touch on them in a second. I just want to jump into the comments. Good evening, says Jimbo. Carl says it's time for him to change or make a change before the 89th minute. Still backing him, but he needs to adapt to the game situation. Also set out our set pieces and corners. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a long running joke in the Cop where I sit. I think it's 200 plus corners or something, and Leeds United haven't scored. Again, the way I think about the set piece situation is, I think once we score that first one, I do genuinely think it will open up the floodgates, and we'll start to score from set pieces. I just think, George, and the more I think about it, I just think it reminded me a little bit of the Wigan game, under Bielsa's first year when we lost 2-1 and they were down at 10 men. We'd still be playing now and we wouldn't have scored. That's how I kind of see that game and how it planned out. And let's be honest, I need to be perfectly honest here as well. Burnley will not finish in the top 2 because they are absolutely awful.
Yeah, I think Burnley aren't great. They didn't play well by all accounts, and they beat us how teams usually beat us: counter-attack goal, sit in and.
But it wasn't that. But it was a defense. It wasn't even a defensive error. It was just a mistake.
It was just a mistake.
Solomon, yeah.
Solomon, he lost the ball upfield, didn't he? And and
that was that. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. And he did come out and he apologised profusely on Instagram, didn't he? He said, I'm sorry, it was my mistake that led to the goal. We will be better. I think he's now, true to form and picked up a little bit of an injury, hasn't he? So maybe he's not available for Saturday. Otherwise, we've got Ramazani. But, it's just one game. It's one game. we got to put down a marker against Cardiff. Jimbo's come in with no, I mean, I'm not Dr. Doolittle, Jimbo. He was a man. He was no contrary to the reports or thoughts of people. But yeah, obviously Will Ferrell was there, wasn't he? Did you see him, Aaron? Did you see him?
No, I didn't know, but it's just not fair play. I hope it was like, well, what I think he needs to have witnessed is that actually he's got to get his hand in his pocket for January. He really, really does. I just want to touch on what Carl has said here. He said, if you wouldn't play Joseph or Perrault, would you put Nonto in the number 9 to bring Ramazani into the forward line? As you can't rely on, as he can't get on the pitch. What do you think to that one, George, from Carl?
Putting on to that, you look again. Yeah, you know,
and Nonto had another opportunity as well against Burnley. He had a clear, and there was a penalty as well. It just didn't work.
You know, I'm not sure on that penalty, but Nonto should have done better with that opportunity. Like scuffed it into the ground, didn't he? But yeah, I agree. You know, Carl makes a good point. You know, I mean, Farke won't do it. You know, but if he don't play Joseph or Perrault. Yeah, I mean, Willie can play as a striker, so maybe it is worth. Look, it's worth doing something different, and maybe putting Willie in number 9, and putting Brendan at 10, or putting 2 up top, and maybe putting Nonto and Perrault, or Nonto and Joseph, or maybe Joseph can play behind the strikers. You know, just mix it up, play with it a little bit. And see what works. I'm disappointed. Aaron. I really am. That Perrault isn't getting enough time. I know what you think of him clearly there, but I'm disappointed that he's not getting enough time. I think he's a quality player at this level. In a striking position, he can't do it at number 10, and we got Brendan.
Can't do it at number 9. Can't do it at number 9 either. This is the thing. I really do think Leeds United have been they've been absolutely caught off guard with this one. I really do. Joe Perrault, for me, George, is just absolutely. He looks overweight. He looks weak. He just doesn't have any technical ability about him for me. I just don't think he's good enough. I really don't. And I genuinely stand by that. And I know it's a very controversial thing for me to say, George, but I would rather play Bamford than Joe Perrault. Who'd agree with me in the comments? Or what do you think?
No. I mean, Bamford's always injured at one stage. I just think
I'd rather have an injured Bamford who can score a goal.
I do think you're right. He does look a little bit like he's put a bit. He looks like quite a bit of timber on him.
But I don't care.
No, I don't know about that. I think if you asked him, he would completely care. I think, you know, it's still a good line. I think people down on Perrault a lot and do forget. I think people have put Ramazani and Solomon before Perrault, saying in terms of the quality of the front line. But no, I hope that Perrault gets some time on the pitch on Saturday. I hope that Ramazani and also Tanaka starts. You know, this is what my team would be for Saturday, because I do think that Verpo and Rodon are both going to be out of the game. So Meslier in goal. I think Schmidt will make his debut at left back. I think he'll drop Ampadu back into centre back and play Ampadu and Strauch. I think he'll play Bogle on the right, Gruev and Tanaka in the middle, Ramazani, Brendan, and Willie, and then Joseph up front. That's what I think he'll do.
Okay. Well, it's a golden opportunity for Perrault, and I just want to touch on what Liam M says. Yes, he may have scored more goals, but what about him in a Leeds United shirt, Liam? Russell Martin had him scoring 20-plus goals, not Daniel Farke. I just think Joe Perrault, for me, isn't the striking solution to this. Yeah, you know, I just think Cal says Bamford's time is done at Leeds. If he was declared fit on the Friday, he would injure himself brushing his hair. I just think Bamford gets a lot of bad press. the press, which he does, is very, very good, and that's what Leeds United need to
yes, there you
do.
There you go, Aaron. It was a nice little segue, but he does bring a good press. But Liam, I just want to go back up to Liam's point about Bamford. He has scored more goals than Bamford in the league. But Liam, I want to know.
But he doesn't press. He doesn't press.
No, but he scores more goals.
Doesn't press, George. He doesn't press. He doesn't run.
More goals. He doesn't, but that's because he's used to being at the top. Now, this at the top of the pitch. Now, this isn't what I wanted to contest with you, Aaron. I wanted to ask Liam what a doylem is, because he says...
It's a Yorkshire slang for the 60s and 70s of an idiot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, Yorkshire slang.
Right.
Idiot.
Thank you, Aaron, for clearing that up for
Back
me.
in the 60s, I think it was.
Yes. Well, there you go. So it's an old school insult, if you like.
Yes, that's why I ignored it.
Well, yeah. Well, no, you got to take,
Well, I think but what Liam is saying, yeah, what I'm saying, we do press, and we do press better when Bamford is playing. I don't think Perot does it well. I don't think Joseph does it well. I just don't think it's Russell Myers' tactics destroyed us. Yes, they did, but I don't know. I just think I'm yet to see otherwise, George, with Joe Perot. I really am. This is the problem which Daniel Farke's having. Is how the hell do we solve this problem? How do we solve it, George? Give us a solution.
Give us a solution to that.
Give us the solution. The conundrum is, who's going to score you in that Leeds United team? Who's going to score you 25 plus goals this season? That's the conundrum, ultimately.
Well, if I'm going to pick any of the team, I think
it's not Bamford. It's not going to be Patrick Bamford.
I think it'd be Brendan. I think
Brendan Aronson is going to score us 25 plus goals. He probably will. I think he's been our standout player of the season so far.
I think if it's any of them, I'm not going to say he is going to do it. I'm going to say if it was any of them.
Is Mateo Joseph going to score you 25 plus goals?
No, of course he's not.
Is he going to score you 20 goals?
No, I think Mateo might get 10 if he's lucky.
Right, but hang on, right, let's break this down, George. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Let's break it down further, because you need to score 25 plus goals to get promoted from this league. A striker needs to have an on fire.
You need one. So you need one. I think, now you're downing completely, Aaron, like I thought you would on Perot. I think Perot, out the striker options we've got, could score the 25 goals that you talk about. I think if Mateo clips in with 10, 12, maybe 15 at a push, and then you've got, Bamford with the odd maybe 5 when he's fit, and then you look at Willie Nonto, you look at Brendan Aronson, look at Ramazani, Solomon, all those boys. We've then got goals in. We've got goals in the team. I just don't think quite we hark back to the point that we didn't properly recruit what we needed. I don't think we recruited the best, really.
I just want to touch on, because I know a lot of people are coming in. It's great to see the comments, guys. It really is. Just like Liam says there, Joseph hasn't missed loads of clear-cut chances. It's not like we're creating those. Even his chance the other day made him save. He definitely should have more, but our style is crap. Well, this is the stats. Let's look at the stats. So I'm just going to brief the Burnley. 17 shots for Leeds, 4 on target, 3 for Burnley, 72% possession for Leeds, 632 passes compared to 258 for Burnley, 86% passing accuracy compared to 68%. Statistically, you're looking at the stats, which a lot of stats is the big thing for football clubs these days. Statistically, we should have got something from that game, but we didn't. And I can't blame Daniel Farke for that, because the players did everything he wanted them to do, but ultimately they didn't get the ball in the back of the bloody net. That's the issue.
Well, that is the issue, Aaron, and that, at the end of the day, that wins you a game of football, doesn't it? And
so you want him to go, okay? Whichever manager you want to come in, how are they going to fix that? Because they're doing everything right, they just can't score. because we haven't got a proven championship striker who will get you out of the shit when you need it.
But I disagree. I think we have. And,
Who?
you know, Perot.
Who?
Perot.
Right. No.
Perot.
The comments.
Perot is a proven championship scorer. He scored many for Swansea. You forget how many he scored for us last season. He was overshadowed by the likes of Chris Somerville and Jorginho Rutter and even Willie Gnonto. He scored, I think he scored 13 or 11 or 13. Yeah. So, look, you know, he is your man. He's your man.
Okay. I'm just going to jump on what Carl said here because it's what I've been saying. In 2 years' time, Joseph will be a top-class forward at this level. 2 years' time. We need an experienced, proven scorer to help support. Leicester had Jamie Vardy last year, but he was a proven scorer, someone similar for us. And that guy, he's an old dog, you know, who's, you know what, 38-year-old, 39. He's an old fox, is the guy, and he's smashing it in the Premier League still because he can find the ball in the back of the net, and that's all you need. And I just think that's where we're a little bit shy here because, you know, Daniel Farke can only work with what he's got. You know, he's lost some of it. He's lost Rutter. You know, he's lost a lot of goals there. And I think, realistically, is Gnonto going to step up and be that star man? I think he can. I think he wants it. I think he'll still be with us next season because he's just signed a new deal, Jimbo. But I don't know. It's just a really, really, really difficult time for Leeds at the moment.
Yeah, it's a difficult moment, but I think if it you know, when it becomes, you know, if we win the game on Saturday, it then becomes not a difficult time. You know what I mean? So one win and the mood changes, doesn't it? And then, we was a frustrating game on Saturday, and it is always disappointing when Leeds United lose games of football. But ultimately, we are better than Cardiff. We've then got Norwich, I think. We Coventry, I think, and then we can win. Yeah. We can win these games. So, you know, there is no. I mean, I do want Farke out. Obviously, I want the results and the performances to improve. So that would naturally mean that he stays, which would be great as well because Leeds are doing well. But
who do you want to replace Daniel Farke?
You see, the man that I want to replace Daniel Farke, I mean, I'm just looking at Joe Perot's championship record, and he scored goals at the championship level. So, yeah, I mean, there's
Bamford has. Patrick Bamford has.
Yeah, but
I don't even need to look at the stats.
I bet you Perot scored more than Bamford, even in this local patch. Potentially. But you have a look at that while I
you talk us through.
Fill you in. Jimbo said, Big Sam. No, nowhere near Big Sam. Let's keep away from Big Sam because I just don't know what's going to happen if he comes in. No, you know, I mentioned it to you guys over the weekend after the game and the day after the game. Yeah. The man I want in is Pablo Vojvoda, the guy from Fortaleza. He's in the Brazilian league. You know what I know about the Brazilian league is my knowledge is growing on it. And he has taken them to second in the league. He's pushing for the title or third in the league. He's pushing them for the title there. Plays attacking football. You'll like him out because he is indoctrinated into the Bielsa way of playing football. He was Newell's old boy manager for a bit. He's Argentinian as well. Vojvoda, late 40s he is. I think he's 49. Young manager still. I think I would like him to take charge.
Well, yeah, I think Neil Warnock, bring him back. I genuinely don't think Leeds United need to replace Daniel Farke because I don't think there's a better replacement out there, if I'm being honest. Who's going to ultimately, which manager is going to come in and improve the team and get them? I don't know. I really don't. I think the problem is as well, I think Leeds have bought into Daniel Farke now, and the 49ers are clearly invested in him. You know, they've brought players in which he likes as well. I don't know. It's a tough one. That's
look,
why I don't think Leeds will make a change.
Yeah, look, Aaron, I don't think Leeds will make a change, but I would like them to. But I think
if he loses the next 3 on the bounce, then yes, of course.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's results driven, isn't it? If we're still in the same position, Aaron, in like I said, 3, 4, 5 games time, then yeah, I think he's gone. But I think that's the nature of football, and I think the fact that we didn't get promoted obviously is working against him. He's under no illusion. He knows he's in a pressure job, but he will. I think we'll improve. I think we'll beat Cardiff on Saturday. And hell, of course, I want Leeds United to win games of football. So, I'm not there, like you said, with the pitchforks. I was saying Farke out, because I want Leeds to win games of football, which then would keep the manager in the job. But I'm just saying that I think it's an inevitability about this that I think we need to get on top of before it actually happens.
I completely agree. I just want to go through the goals, which you wanted me to quickly Google. Go on then, George. I'm going to test your knowledge then. How many championship goals has Joe Perreault scored?
I think he's
in total.
I think he's got about 64, something like that.
64.
Yeah.
64 goals in the championship. Okay, so you're going 64 for Joe Perreault. Get in the comments and put them in if you agree. How many goals has Patrick Bamford scored in the championship in his career?
Look, I mean, Bamford scored.
Don't Google it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't Google
No, I'm not looking. No, I'm not going to do it. But I think he's probably scored in the championship.
Bearing in mind, he's been longer in the country.
Yeah, of course. He's definitely scored more.
Yeah,
but it's probably not that many more. I reckon he's got about. I don't think he's got 3 figures. I think he's got about 85, 86.
Close. Okay, I'll give you them then, George. So Joe Perreault, 141 appearances in the championship, according to the footystats.org. So I'm taking this as true value. 56 goals for Joe Perreault. Patrick Bamford, 209 starts in the championship and 69 goals. So Bamford wins it.
How many has Perreault got? Sorry, Aaron.
56.
And out of how many?
141.
And how many has Bamford played? 200 odd?
209, 69.
So who tells you who's better? it's Perreault by a mile.
I'm just doing the quick maths. Hang on, let me have a
mile. He's way better.
2.5.
Even though he's got what?
It's 1 in 3. It's 1 in 3.
Yeah, he's way better.
It's 1 in 3 for Bamford, 1 in 2.5 for
Perreault's
they're pretty much the same.
I mean,
pretty much statistically, you can't have 1.5 goals or 2.5.
No, you can't. But
3.07 goals or whatever.
Well, Jimbo makes a good. Jimbo makes a good point. To be fair, Aaron, but there you go.
Yeah, I just want to kind of just go through this here. A couple of comments. Keep the comments coming in, guys, because I do read them all. Got to give Farke, says Carl, credit. He hasn't made one bad signing. I've been happy with everyone so far. New ones need time to prove themselves. Let's have a look. Jimbo also says that we should be grateful we haven't got Wayne Rooney or Lampard as manager. Well, Wayne Rooney got a great result at the weekend. They beat high-flying Sunderland, so he did all right there, Wayne Rooney. Scooby D2, good evening, sir. One of our LS11 former listeners, he says, I'd argue the best part of that thus far has been his signings. Okay, there's some we've yet added to pop butchers at, but we seem to have been fairly thrifty, and they've been decent. So there you go. There's you go, that one. So yeah, I think it's still to be decided, isn't it, George, on Farke leaving, and hopefully, as you say, get a couple of results under his belt and back up in them that top 6, and we'll start laughing again, don't we?
Yeah, look, we started late last season. We started slow. It seems the same again this time, and even though we've only lost one with the draws have been a bit disappointing, particularly the opening day against Portsmouth. But you know, we know where we can go, and I think we'll do the similar. I think there will be a time, even if he's still here, that we just win and win and win and win and win about 10 in a row, and then start to really motor at the top. There's still scope for that. So I think once we get on a roll, I think, you know, a certain man said it last week, but once you know, the train gets on a roll, it's difficult to stop. So I think that will, you know, that will happen also at some point in the season. So we're not going away. We've got a good squad. We've you know, we can bulldoze the teams when we need to, and win in an ugly fashion as well. So there's still plenty to play for, and I can understand the frustration, but the frustration will disappear if we beat Cardiff on whatever result it is. If it's a win, it's a win. It's fine. Whatever result it is, it's an important game. We need to win that one. Then we can shoot up from there.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, if he needs some changing, if he needs some tactical advice, Junior Firpo can play up front, can't he?
Absolutely. I mean, who'd have thought that? You know what I mean? And he got an assist. He got an assist as well. I think he's, again, though, Arron, true to form. I think he's injured or got some kind of injury for this one. Reading Fart's comments earlier on, he might not be, but you know, I think he's just priming everybody that Firpo might not be available. So we'll see. But yeah, of course, you know, play him instead of Joseph. Play him and Joseph. Play him and Joseph up front. You know, the Spanish men are obviously he's from the Dominican Republic now. He was born there. Now he's playing for them. So, but of course, Spanish for a while. Lived a lot of his life in Spain. You know, Mateo Joseph, Spanish man. You know, maybe it's a Spanish connection that Leeds United need. You know, but no, Firpo's good. Pablo Hernandez. We could do with.
Could do with him, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, get him back in. Get him as a coach to coach the men how to play it. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
Yeah, do you know, I'd be open for that. Pablo Hernandez going back and yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I bet you there's some people that take Pablo Hernandez as manager now instead of Farke.
I won't say now. I think he needs to do a stint at somewhere. Right, George, there's just some other kind of breaking news which we need to touch on because we haven't spoken about this for a while and we can officially put this to bed. Liam Cooper. Thank you, super duper Liam Cooper. He's joined CSK Sofia. Is it Sofia or Sofia? Sofia?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's here.
Yeah, but I pronounce it. My Bulgarian isn't my strongest language. But yeah, Liam Cooper has finally left Leeds. We know where he's gone. He's buggered off to Bulgaria for 2 years. Obviously, he's gone. He's no longer part of the club. And we do wish him all the very best, don't we, George?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Arron. And I'm quite happy in a sense to put the whole debate to bed, really, in a way. Although I'm sure...
do you know what I have to say? Over the years, George, we've been doing these sort of things, and I've absolutely loved arguing with you about Liam Cooper. Now I feel like I have to argue with you about Joel Pirot now because
it seems
that
the torch has been passed down, perhaps. But yeah, look, yeah, I wish Coops all the best. Yeah, you know, jokes aside, he was a real good leader and captain. He did a lot for Leeds on and off the pitch, and yeah, good luck to him. He came a bit from left field. That I didn't really expect him to go to Bulgaria. I thought he'd play it a bit safer and go to Hull or something like that. But fair enough, he's gone for a new challenge completely. And, and he's been unveiled in a Mini Cooper, which was absolutely fantastic. Bit of marketing, wasn't it? So there you go. But no, good luck to him. We'll all keep an eye on him and see how he does. I don't know if he's made his debut yet.
I think it'll take him a while to get up to kind of fitness. If I'm being honest with Cooper, it's going to take a while, isn't it, for him to kind of get up to.
It might do, but again, the standard of the standard isn't the best, is it? So
no,
I don't.
I'm not an expert in Bulgarian football.
Well, they play on Saturday. They play on Saturday. It might be his first taste
Are they in
of it.
Europe?
No.
Are they in Europe?
No.
I'm sure they've been in
that.
Europe before.
They have,
Sure.
yeah, they have.
Yeah.
But no, not that I can see, unless they were. No, I don't think so. It's strange. It's a strange kind of setup for the league, I think. They've only played 7 games in the league, but I don't think they play that many by the look of it. I don't know.
I don't know. It's the conference. Are they in the Conference League? No, they lost. They lost in their Conference League playoff.
So they played 30. They played 30 games. I think 30 games. It's the 30-game season. So
then they go started. They do like in Scotland, don't they? Where if they win that, they go into kind of the top 6 go through, and it's a bit of a mess. Like they have playoffs for the Conference League and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do. So it's a championship playoff. The top 4 teams go into a playoff, like for the league, I think, and then the next 4 go for a Europa Conference League playoff.
Yeah, basically. That's it. Yeah,
and then the rest of the. Then the rest of the league go for like a relegation playoff.
It's a bit bonkers, but good. I think it'd be good watching him in the Europa Conference League if they'd have qualified.
I'm surprised, Arron, to be fair, that you haven't already ordered a CSK or Sofia shirt with Cooper on the back. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, I'll let you buy me one for Christmas. Christmas is coming up. I'll let you purchase one for me.
Well, chance would be a fine thing, but book your tickets out to Sofia and go and see him play in the flesh. Looks quite a mad. I'd love to.
Yeah, I've seen they have like flares and stuff, don't they? I wonder could you fly to Leeds Bradford to Sofia? Is it Sofia? I don't know.
I bet you probably could. Yeah.
Yeah, I might do. Who knows? If Ryanair do one of those deals where you can fly at 6 a.m. and fly back at like 9 o'clock at night, I'll go for the day. Have you seen those things where you can do them online, where you can go like Dublin, Spain? I think somebody I know on Facebook went to Munich and back in the day. Crazy.
Oh yeah. You can get to places in a day or in a couple of hours and spend a day there and then come back. And I'm just saying, I'm not sure, but I don't know how long it takes to get there. I don't think it takes long, to be fair. But
Bulgaria, I've never been.
How long does it take to Bulgaria to get to Bulgaria?
To be honest, I'm going to be honest with you. I know I'm a teacher, but I probably couldn't point where Bulgaria is on a map. I shouldn't really say that, but I couldn't really. I don't know where it is in the world. It's somewhere in Europe.
But it's European, isn't it? It's Europe.
Yeah, but it's not really an easy destination. I think it's Eastern Europe. I don't think it's Western Europe.
It's Eastern Europe. Yeah, it takes 3 hours to get there on a plane.
It's too far away.
It's not far away. Your mate Cooper's
Scooby-Doo, there you go. Next to Romania as well. So, yeah, good luck to him.
No, I told you. I knew where it was. It was
Scooby-Doo 2 just told us where it is.
Southwest Europe.
Southwest
Bulgaria. Europe. Go and ask Eli Gruev. He'll know about it, won't he? Eli Gruev.
Just a quick update for you with Liam Cooper. Apparently, he's their top owner in CSKA Sofia. He's on £750,000 a year. That's a great deal.
I mean, he had. That's not much at all, is it? Really, compared to probably what he was earning at Leeds.
It's about 62 grand. It's about 60 odd grand a month.
Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, he's on a lot. He probably is on more than he was. Leeds, isn't he? He's on a hell of a lot more. 60 odd grand a month. Wow, well, you can see why.
Well, that's quick maths there. But and it's got a nice beach. It is a famous kind of beach. Do you know what? I've never been Scooby-Doo to. Would you like to go to Bulgaria for next year's summer holiday, George?
Yeah, why not? I tell you what, Aaron. You know, I don't know when does the
lads trip.
Bulgarian
Lads
league run
holiday.
to?
No.
When does it run to, Aaron? When does
Oh,
it
would you like
run
to
to?
go? We could, you know what
It
we could do?
runs. It runs till April. You know, I tell you what. Do a live stream from Sofia. Go to the CSKA Sofia game.
Yeah, I'd love that. Me and you,
see how
and
Liam Cooper
me,
does.
you, and Liam Cooper.
A match day vlog, a different situation to us sitting in our houses, a different situation, a match day vlog, and why
Do you know
not?
what? I would be up for that if somebody knows Liam Cooper. Was his biggest fan, as George can vouch, for the last 4.5 years. I'd be well up for that.
Have a little interview with Liam. Yeah, have a little interview with
Liam Cooper can pick us up in his Mini Cooper, which from Sofia Airport in Bulgaria, and we could go and stay at his house.
Yeah,
have a lovely meal with Liam Cooper.
Yeah, little interview in a Mini Cooper with Liam Cooper. Yeah, it could work well. Yeah.
Benidorm, apparently, which is good. Jim in Benidorm, cheap, like €1.
Bulgaria is cheap, I think, once you get there.
Okay.
I think it is actually probably cheap to get to as well, to be fair.
So
I think, I think it's a good destination, and fair play to him for trying something else. I think that's
listen,
that's
he's
good.
only got one career and he's got to make the most of it, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, this is it, isn't it? You've got to get out there. If there's not options available to you even if there isn't options available to him in this country, try something else. You know what I mean? He'll get paid well, more than he did here. So, go and enjoy it. Go and enjoy it. And,
Go and enjoy your life, Liam Cooper. He will do. But he will always be welcome back at Leeds, won't he, George? I do think Leeds United, we've seen the statements, we've seen the videos. They need to, don't they, George? They need to. They have to give him some form of testimonial, don't they?
I think there's a lot of pressure on him, on the club now, from the fans to give him a testimonial. I don't know why they wouldn't. He's a few months short of 10 years. What's a few months when he's done nine odd years?
Yeah, and it's so rare as well, isn't it, to get a player to do that amount of time at a football club.
I think they need to do it at the end of the season for me. They need to do it at the end of the season, and I'd be well up. I think. Am I right in saying, Aaron, you will buy me a ticket for that if it happens?
I will absolutely buy it. Absolutely, we'll be in the players' lounge for that.
Wow. Getting their little mics out, saying, what did you think of that?
Definitely though, Josh. They do. Jokes aside, they do need to give Coops some form of testimonial. And what would be the dream is they get Coops back, they get Hernandez back, they get that promotion winning squad back. It would be great if they got Bielsa back, but I don't think Bielsa would do it, if I'm being honest. They'll probably get Big Sam in to do the coaching for something like that.
I don't know. I think Bielsa might for a one-off match.
Yeah, quick maybe. I don't know. They need to get all the old boys back and get them back in.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice for them,
Yeah, they do, and Ayling, as like Carl says there, they need a proper send off. And then we can close the chapter on the Bielsa era, because even now pundits and I think Big Sam was talking about it on his podcast a few days ago since Bielsa all this, they're still banging on about it, but we have to close the chapter at some point on this, and I think now with Liam Cooper moving, Bamford's the only last kind of old boy standing from that era. They have to close it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, Aaron. I definitely agree. I mean, Jimbo says not Kiko. Who's Kiko? I don't even know who Kiko is.
Kiko Casilla.
Who's that?
What? Kiko Casilla, you know who he is. Come on.
Who's that?
the goalkeeper, who's the Real Madrid Champions League winning goalkeeper or whatever it was we signed, who's useless.
No, I don't even remember him.
Yeah, anyway. Well, he believe it or not, he played for us. God knows how. Tyler Roberts moved to Northampton as well. Did you see that one, speaking of Tyler Roberts?
Yeah, I'm actually going to invite him round for a cup of tea, Aaron. They're playing Huddersfield on Saturday. So, yeah. So,
your old friend Tyler Roberts. What a come down. That wasn't he at Birmingham, Tyler Roberts?
Yeah, he was. See, I watched that Birmingham game the other day, and I was like, "Doesn't Tyler Roberts play for Birmingham?" But then I remembered when I seen Jimbo's comment that I remember seeing that he did join Northampton. I think he's on loan, so yeah, I'm sure he'll be playing. I'm sure he'll be playing on Saturday. So yeah, I was going to give him a message. Fancy coming round for a cup of tea, Tyler?
He'd probably take you up on that offer.
He might do. He'd probably drop the cup and injure himself or something.
Okay then, George. Let's go back to the proper talking Leeds talk. Leeds United play Cardiff City at the weekend. They played the mighty Cardiff. What do you think is going to happen in this one? What's your score prediction for the weekend?
Prediction wise, Aaron, I'm going to go with 4-1 to Leeds. I think we'll be at it. We'll want to make amends for that defeat on Saturday, and I think I don't think Cardiff will be able to live with Leeds. I know Cardiff have some dangerous players. I know El Ghazi played for Aston Villa. He now plays for Cardiff. He's a bit of a tricky winger. They've got odd players on the day that could do bits and pieces for them. But Aaron Ramsey is a big miss. He won't be playing. So, yeah, I think it's a big win for Leeds coming. It's not. It makes me laugh because he said, the fella that I spoke to earlier, he hates Leeds. And I'm thinking, I don't feel any way towards Cardiff, really. So I think
it's that old rivalry, isn't it? It's the old chestnut. It's when we got knocked out of the FA Cup. It's all that nonsense.
Yeah, it all comes from that Sam Haman and all this, but it means not much to me. I think we have wrestled back a bit of impetus on this fixture over the last few years, and I don't think it intimidates Leeds as it did in the past. So, I mean, last season, is a proof in that. Really, I know they're probably a different team, and George is not playing, and he got the goal, and Cree missed that pen as well, didn't he, late in that game? I think it'd be a similar story. I think Leeds will be comfy.
Yeah, I think a big result's incoming for Leeds because they need it more than ever. If I'm being honest, they need a big confidence building result from here.
Cardiff do as well.
They're gonna. Yeah, you're right. And obviously, you touched on Saul Bamba as well. It's going to be a big kind of celebration, which it should be. This fixture, it should be. That's what it should be. And yes, we want the 3 points, but ultimately, Bamba was a huge player for Cardiff City, wasn't he? Back in the day, he was a huge player for them. He got promoted, didn't he? To the
he was. And again, just listen to the fella there. He's heavily involved in these tributes, I think, by the sound of it, and he obviously really is. He's like a Cardiff City legend. So I know there's been a lot of from Cardiff on their social medias as well. They're doing a thing called "Wear Blue for Bamba," which they're encouraging the fans to wear the Cardiff blue. I'm thinking Leeds might jump on that as well because obviously blue is one of our colours as well. So hopefully it'll get to the Leeds end as well, and it'll be a sea of blue for him on Saturday. And Jimbo, I do remember that playoff game, of course, but I don't remember who was in goal.
Kiko Casilla was in goal.
Who's that?
Are you pulling my leg here?
No.
Casilla. No, he's pulling my leg, this lad. Look at that cheesy grin.
It doesn't ring a bell. I have no idea who he is.
Anyway, you do. Let's put it like that. 2-1 says Jimbo for the weekend. For me, Carl says a big confidence boost for everyone would see Gruev beat the first man on a corner. Yes, I agree.
Gruev started really well, didn't he, Aaron? But then he's really dipped in form over the last couple, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Tanaka is hot on his heels, isn't he?
I think it would. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But for me, George, the weekend, I think Leeds United will absolutely destroy them. I'm going to go for 6-1 Leeds United. I really, really am. I am fairly confident that Leeds will return 3 points and a heavy difference in goal difference. So absolutely destroy them. I really do, and I hope they do because they need it. They need it more than ever.
They do. They do need a big performance. Yeah,
they do. George, it's been a pleasure that we've returned back to Talking Leeds. We'll be back next week talking Leeds, and we'll do a match reaction as well. We'll have all that to come. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a Leeds United win. If we don't, George will be he'll be getting the pitchforks out, and they'll be getting those torches and pitchforks out ready for Daniel Farke to go. Do you think it's time for him to go? I don't. George does. Do give us a like, share, and all that sort of stuff. It's great for all the numbers are looking good, George. We're big in Australia now, which is good. We're hitting the other side of the world, believe it or not.
Wow! I wish I could in person. You know.
Hey, you never know. We might do it. Hey, listen, we're not going to put spare jobs, but you never know. Thanks very much, guys, for all your comments and all listening in to us. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you next week, everyone. Marching on.